Hello and welcome again to the premiere episode of season 2 of Louisiana Catalyst Podcast, The Link. Yeah, you noticed the new location. You noticed the new sponsor, Origin Bank. That's right. We're actually in Farmerville and Origin Bank, our sponsors for this season, our great friends. They've been doing so much in our community for a very long time. They've been friends of Louisiana Catalyst since day one. Obviously, I'm Duran Talley, Vice President here at Louisiana Catalyst, and our Origin Bank representative, Mr. Quentin Durr, who is our president, our visionary, the guy that's making all this happen and continuing to introduce us to great people such as Mr. David Helms, Chief Experience Officer.
Good morning. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Bank. Yes, indeed. Man, I like what you got on, man. I like that little flannel hoodie deal.
I like it. I like it too, man.
That's some
I know,
nice
it looks so comfortable. Like,
these are hard to come by.
Choice today, you know.
That's real swaggy, man. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
have to see if I can get me one. I'm not an Origin employee, but I'm one of you all's biggest fans and cheerleaders. I have a lot of Origin stories. I have a lot of different entities that have accounts with Origin, and you all have been the absolute best to me and the other organizations whose accounts that you all manage on my behalf. And so thank you.
You got it, man. We're happy to have you as a customer, and thank you. And I'll get you one of these.
Awesome.
For sure.
I knew I would plug
my
it
kid
in.
told me I got the drip. So that's
Drip, yeah.
That's a new word for me.
Yes, indeed. See, I got some Jordan 1s that'll match it.
Oh, yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm excited about
We'll
that.
hook you up.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Chief Experience Officer.
Yeah.
That's a new title for me. Because if you're not careful, you will say CEO. You're not CEO, CXO.
Yeah, I was telling y'all before we got started, somebody called me the CEO on one of our internal calls, and our actual CEO was like, no, man.
Tone that down. Tone that down.
Yeah. So CXO.
CXO, man. What is that experience? What does that mean for Origin Bank and the people Origin Bank serves?
Well, it's a new title for me. So I was the head of our retail division for many years, and so I've only been in this role for about a month. So it's a new position within the bank, but it's focused on the employee experience, the customer experience, and some process stuff, some strategic planning, this sort of thing. But really focused on if a customer is going to see it, I'm responsible for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's significant because even in you all's marketing and branding, it talks about we all have an origin story.
Yeah.
And that means we all have an experience with Origin
That's
Bank.
right.
So you're narrating origin stories, or you're crafting these origin stories based on the experience that the tellers are having, the bankers are having, the lenders are having with their clients, with their customers.
Yes, the customers in the community, it's not our story. It's your story, right? And so we want to be a part of your story. We want to help you accomplish what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So that's the big part of it, is how do we take what we're able to do as a company, put it to use for you, and help you accomplish your dreams. That's really what, if you look at our vision statement, it's basically to use the power of trusted advisors and technology to connect customers to their dreams. Wow. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. And that's my job in a nutshell. Help our customers accomplish their dreams.
Nice.
Yeah, this season I wanted to be special for all of us, because it was like our first season, we were learning the game of podcasts and meeting and getting out there. And so it's like season 2, Duran, we got to bring it back home. Now, not only Origin, but even to Farmerville, where my path started, you know, and it's been a great ride. And I know what we're going to do this season is going to be greater, because now the partnership and being able to leverage some of those things and really get our story out there, not only for Origin, but also for Catalyst, and connecting people to their dreams. And that's what the link was always about, was connecting people, literally the link to resources. So it just fit perfect. I mean, that's what I do on the daily for Origin. That's what I want to do here. So it's like, hey, let's make it happen.
By the way, I'm from Dallas, but I love it over here. Yeah. So I'm over here 10 or 12 days a month, at least, like working days a month. So I got my fifth wheel camper up here at Darbone Point on the lake. Nice. I mean, I'm a Union Parish guy.
Yeah. I'll see David more at Rett's than I do at work.
Oh yeah,
wow. You know, we always catch each other there.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, indeed. No, that's phenomenal. And you know, the culture that Origin Bank creates, and you talked about it as well as part of your role. A lot of the employees that I know at Origin Bank always talk about, I think you all have a a day that the company allows, the employees to go out and just serve. And you have those types of things that create a workplace culture and a workplace environment that makes your staff just want to run through walls.
No, we got to stay focused out, right? So can't focus internally. So what you're talking about is project enrich, and it's not a day; it's 20 hours. We pay our employees 20 hours a year to go volunteer for the charity of their choice. Nice. I have to get you the stats, but it's a crazy amount of hours that we've just done this year. And it's any kind of, we're trying to get our employees what they're passionate about to go serve in that capacity. So we do all kinds of stuff. So like for me, for example, I'm like an education guy. And so, I volunteer my time with, these local, like community colleges that have banking programs, trying to teach people how to be bankers. One of my mandates is to build great bankers, and that's at Origin Bank, and it's everywhere. So like there's people that I'm helping that aren't going to come work for Origin Bank, but finances are so important to people. I think this is one of the most noble professions you can do is what we do, is to train people to help people with their finances, because it's so difficult for everybody. So that's how I do it. But I mean, we're helping at homeless shelters and food banks and just anything you can imagine, women's shelters, all kind of stuff. So it's really interesting that we do that. I love that.
Yeah. Quentin, even for you, man, put your Origin Bank hat on for a moment, man, to have a profession that allows you to embrace, and they're willing to also, invest in your own personal passion, man. How does that feel as an employee?
I celebrated being here 16 years a couple weeks ago. And for me, it's 16 years of having a passion for organization, for a community, that I'm getting to help business owners. And that's been the most rewarding part and I've dreamed up some crazy stuff, and so I pushed the limit
David's
on that,
like, oh yeah,
because I'm so passionate. Like now what I have to do is like, hey, David, I got an idea. How do you think we can, because it's contagious in the sense of like, okay, I work for an organization and wants to make a big change. I want to make a big change. Sometimes I tell myself like I need to slow down because I need to sleep. But it's being able to match that passion. I mean, being able to do some incredible things. I think over the last 16 years, how many companies that I've got to work with, help get started, fund major projects, city projects, and even to Catalyst, being able to set that up, and for the city of Monroe, have a workspace, collaborative workspace with a podcast and all that in a underserved area. That was just something we dreamed up, and without Origin being a backer and supporter, but also Duran, even with you being involved, because we don't get paid for this, I mean, technically I do, I guess, from Origin in a sense of my day job, but those after hours and all that stuff, that's just pure passion of seeing the change that it makes. So it's been a blessing, and I have no intentions of wanting to go anywhere, because it just allows me to do so many things and affect so many people. So I'm excited for 2024 and see what change we can make.
Yeah. David, I want to tell you as Vice President of Louisiana Catalyst, thank you. Thank Origin Bank for believing in Louisiana Catalyst, in the vision that Quentin has, and knowing that he's going to bring in quality people. We also have in the room another board of director, Mr. Lamont Wyndham, is here with us as well. And so our support of all of this, no matter what blood, sweat, and tears, we need organizations and companies with established credibility in the community, such as Origin Bank, to back us, so that these dreams aren't just, that's just Quentin and Duran and Lamont just talking crazy. No, Origin Bank supports that. So if Origin saw value in that, now other institutions and other organizations and civic and municipals are starting to support us and embrace us the way you all have. And so Origin Bank is more than just a direct to the people that you serve in terms of your clientele or in terms of your staff, but also other organizations and entities are following you all's lead in how to service the community.
Here's the bottom line. If we're going to build great communities or continue to grow our communities and make a difference in people's lives, we're all going to do it together. That's the thing. And at Origin Bank, we can't do what we're trying to accomplish by ourselves either. So it's about great partnerships. And so we're really happy to be a part.
Yeah, I saw a really good opportunity, and I shared it on my Facebook page and Catalyst page, because the bank has just put out like an entrepreneur handbook type thing, like how to start your business, right? And so that's like, man, I love that. But where we can help is, hey, you took this Origin handbook, but now you also can call an Origin banker and say, hey, I'm stuck on step 3. And even if that banker is stuck, there's organizations like Catalyst or Small Business Development Center that can help with each one of those steps. And so it's like, how do we all just work together to create a simpler path for a small business or an entrepreneur to take those steps? Because it's difficult. Sometimes you get stuck, you don't know where to go. So having everyone work together to help them transition and move through those paths, from starting a business to how do I get financing to I'm going to make my first purchase and want to borrow money. What does that look like? What's credit? You know what I mean? It's all those steps involved. It takes a village to do all this. And so I like where we're headed and all the things that we can do. And I know that it's going to be super beneficial for the community at the end of the day.
David, what's next for Origin Bank, man? Is there anything in the pipeline from an experience perspective in your department that we as a community or as a customer base can start looking forward to?
Yeah, we're just getting going in my department. Like I said, I'm like a month into this, so there's the rest of my career for growth. The stuff that's coming up that we're really focusing on is matching our product line to be able to tailor that and customize that for each individual person. Because that's the thing is, man, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not going to tell you how long, because I look young, but I'm older than I look. I'll tell you that. So I've been doing this for a long time. And the one thing that I know is that one size doesn't fit all. And so we're really focused on customization. So how do we take, a bunch of products, like 100 different types of products and very specific things, and put together packages that fit for a specific person? So like Quentin was talking about it, a really established business, maybe a bigger business, they need different things than a brand new startup company. And they need different kinds of advice. And they need, so like at that point in time, it's just a different, and on our products, by the way, they match up with the advice that we're going to give. So we're going to, it's not just like we're going to put these products out there and you do with what you want with them, or try to figure them out on your own. We're going to put a package together for you based on your story. So like, we're going to take a lot of time when we're talking. That's the thing about our bank is if you are trying to get in and out in like 1 minute and start a business, we're probably not the one. That's not us.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But because we want to sit down and talk to you, and I want to start, like if I'm meeting with somebody for the first time, I want to start with like, how's your mom and them? Like let's go back to the beginning and let's figure it out. And I want to know what you're passionate about as a business owner, what you're trying to accomplish. A lot of people, their businesses spring from their passions. So like they know how to make something, or they know how to build something or manufacture something, or they're good at a specific kind of advice. What they're usually not good at is the financial side of it, nor should they be.
Right.
Like that's not their expertise. Their business isn't going to be successful if they're focused on the finances, right? So, but I want to find out what you're passionate about as a business owner, so that I can figure out how to tailor what you're going to do with your finances to make that happen. So, from the experience standpoint, that it is really what it is, and it's all stems from our vision statement. It's trusted advisors and technology. So you can think about that as like the people and the products is the right way to think about it. We're going to give you both. So what I'm, the next year is really combining those two things. Yeah. We do have good products already. We do have good people already. We're focused on how we're going to put that together, customize it for a specific person or for a specific business to do the most good. So that's what's coming.
Wow. Yeah. And look, you cannot put your banker in the trunk, right? How are we going to help you advise where to go if we're in the back and we can't see? So you got to include your banker. We cannot advise you if we don't know where you're going. And that's been the biggest thing for us, I feel like, is being able to advise is looking forward and not just analyzing where you're at and trying to offer you a product. It's more helping you guide and figure out what is the best product. Not only where you're at now, but in the future wise. Where's your growth? Where's your strategy? What are your needs? Do you really need that loan? Or and those type of decisions that you cannot make unless you know the full details.
Man, I'm gonna give some advice right now, because that's kind of what we're talking about. A loan can take you to the top, or it can take you out.
That's right.
So there's times when you should do a loan and there's times where you shouldn't do a loan. And so if we're going to be doing, obviously, like it would be in our financial interest to give everybody a loan, like that's the truth. But if we're being good advisors, there's going to be times when we're going to say, no, that's not it for right now. Like this is what we need to do to get in that position. Then we can expand or whatever. But maybe right now is the time to just work on fundamentals. Let's just get the fundamentals down. Let's get your processes down. And then we can move forward. But that's the thing. Like that's where you really do need a banker like you'll find at Origin Bank who will tell you that. Like this is probably, it's a tough economy right now. That's the other thing. It's a bad economy. Interest rates are super high. Man, you really need to be in position to get a loan to even think about doing a loan right now. So, but you're going to get an honest take from us. And so that's what I would encourage you to do is just open up that book, tell us your story so that we can help you make those kind of determinations.
Awesome. These guys are the absolute best at relationship banking. When I tell you my guy, Devin Davis, I can text Devin right now. And literally, he's going to say,
I almost want to be like,
on it.
Prove it. Text him right now and see if he'll come to the door.
He will literally, in his right hand, I guess it's Christina, do just a great job at any point in time. If I have a random question, I send other businesses, hey, Devin, I got somebody that's going to be texting you soon. All right, we'll be on it. We'll be looking forward to it. And you all are just the best in the business, Origin Bank, at relationship, at community, at culture, organizational culture. I don't even want to get all into that again. We'll be here all day. But thank you, Origin Bank. Thank you, Quentin and David, for the work that you do. And, of course, Origin Bank for what it does for Louisiana Catalyst as well. Anything you guys would like to say before we shut it down?
No, David, I'm glad you're here. Glad we could make you the first one, because we want the podcast to be an experience as well. Yes. So I couldn't think of a better person.
Well, I'm proud of what y'all are doing, and we're proud to be associated with it. And let's all do good work together.
Yes,
absolutely.
Sir. This has been the first episode of Season 2 of Louisiana Catalyst Podcast, The Link. I'm Deron Talley. For our president, Mr. Quentin Durr, thank you again, Mr. David Helms. See you all next time. Wide on the ones and twos. Blessings.
Thank y'all.